Well, first this lunchtime, the shocking haul of deadly blades handed in to police. The Nottinghamshire force has collected well over 400 so-called zombie knives in the run-up to a tougher new law. It's going to mean that people could be jailed for owning any zombie-style weapon. Now, zombie knives were already illegal, but the law's been tightened to include a much wider range of similar weapons, as our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Yeah, just look at this. It looks like a medieval weapon of war, but this is among around 450 zombie-style knives which have been handed into Nottinghamshire Police over just a month. Let's have a chat with Chief Inspector Carl Thomas, who's in charge of tackling knife crime. Now, that looks pretty horrific. How would it be used here in Nottinghamshire?
Yeah, a lot of people will carry these knives, either conceal them in their trousers or inside their jacket. And that means they'll be in possession of these items, which is illegal from the 24th of September. And anybody carrying one of these are likely to face a custodial sentence of up to 4 years.
As we say, over 400 of these things handed in, some of them over police station counters, but a lot of them handed in anonymously. And you think young people are actually choosing to give these up, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Not just young people, but everyone. Lots of people under the men. But we've had contact from youth workers, people that just want to change their lifestyle to get these items off the street.
One person handed in over 80 of these knives.
Yeah, that was a retailer, and they clearly, in terms of the compensation scheme, they've decided that they don't want these to be out on the street, and they've done the ethical thing by handing these weapons in.
So how much difference do you think it can make getting this sort of stuff off the streets of Nottinghamshire then?
Well, if you look at that, 445 weapons of this nature which can cause serious damage to people, that inimical damage devastates lives, not only to victims, to offenders and their families and friends.
The law has changed, hasn't it? So before, that knife would have been illegal because it had a logo on it, a slogan on it, linked to sort of zombie culture. The law has changed to include a lot more weapons, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and the weapon you was holding a short while ago will still have the devastating consequences to a victim that this zombie knife will have. So that was a zombie-style knife, and this is a zombie knife. But the reality is it will still have the inimical impact on the victim.
And this would have been illegal to have until last week?
That's correct, yes, yeah, sadly.
These are all going to be destroyed now, aren't they? Melted down, I gather?
A lot of them are already in the bin, ready to go, to be melted down. But yeah, they'll be off the street and they won't be causing any damage to anyone anytime soon.
Carl Thomas, thanks for joining us, and we'll have more on this tonight at 6:30 on BBC One.